Today we're going to look at what does it mean to infer. Infer. So that is our power word for today. When we infer, it is often referred to making an inference. I'm going to put that in for you. So it's often referred to making an inference. An inference is asking the reader to read between the lines as some things are not directly stated by the author. So once you start reading a book, there's going to be some information within your text that you need to read between the lines to figure out what is the author trying to teach you. For example, these are some questions that will come across your mind. You need to think like, what is the author not saying to me? What clues does the title give or the heading give? Because sometimes by reading the clues that the title gives or the heading gives, it often gives you an idea about what exactly is it am I going to start reading. Another thing is, what does the picture give you? Does it give you any clues? Or what is the author implying? What message is the author trying to give to me? So we're going to practice this inferencing activity to see how well can we make an inference or how well can we infer. Now let's begin. It starts by saying, and I'm going to change my color, that when we infer, we are looking beyond the text. Something that is not said that will give you a clue as to what it is that we need to answer. So it says, how can we infer that Madison ate the candy? That's the bottom line. That's what we need to ultimately think about. What clues are going to be within the text, beyond the text? Because the author will not tell us that she ate the candy, but there are clues within the text that's going to allow us to think, maybe she did eat the candy. Now, let's see. Madison and the candy jar. So the first thing I want you guys to look at is the title of the story, Madison and the candy jar. Madison and Malia loved eating candy. They had candy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. One day, their parents bought a huge jar of candy and told both girls not to eat any as they were for Uncle Sam's birthday party. The candy looked delicious. Each time they walked past, their stomach growled more and more. The following day, Uncle Sam came over to pick up the candy jar, and for his party, and to his surprise, it was already open. Madison and Malia were summoned by their parents. As they got closer, Madison began to cry. Now, we need to infer that Madison ate the candy. What clues in the text can we use? So, one, we are going to rely on the title. That's the first clue. The title normally gives us an idea of what we're going to be reading about, whether fiction or nonfiction. Another thing is we know that Madison loved candy. So that's what we know. We know Madison loved candy. She had candy for breakfast, for lunch, and dinner. That's a clue right there. It's something she really loves. The next thing I can tell you is that every time she walked past, her stomach would growl. So she really was tempted to eat the candy. And then once Uncle Sam came over to pick up the candy, once Madison got closer, both girls were called, but once Madison got closer, she began to cry. Now, the author did not tell us that Madison ate the candy, but the author gave us enough clues to say we can infer, we can make a guess, We can make an inference that Madison ate the candy because of the things that she did, the things that she said, and the way she acted. So, by beginning to cry, that's a telltale sign right there to infer that, why would she be crying if she did nothing wrong when her parents called her? So these are the things that we're asking you to think beyond the text. Use reasoning. Put yourself in the character's shoe. Take this name out and insert your name there instead. See if it makes a difference when you read. Until next time, we've just learned how to do inference. Bye for now.